I'm gonna probably be cutting it a little close. I'm gonna try and do a full workout of Cali Move, which is generally 40 to 50 minutes if I can keep up the pace. Um, but additionally, today is test day. It's week 9, week 10. I mean, it's week 10 test week. There's there's 2 days of test, and really what they do is this whole week is supposed to be dedicated to 2 days of workout, which is really only 8 sets for each day, and all you're doing is the max number. And you take a 5 to 10. Actually, is it 5 to 10? I think it's 5. Uh, well, I'm showing you the workout on my screen on the screen there. That's what you're looking at. But there is the actual test day workouts are these two guys. Um, nope, that's not it. That's way in the future. So don't look at that. Don't look at the future. Okay, so this is the workout. That's all it is. Day one, 5 to 10 minutes between each. So, I mean, it's a minimum of 25 minutes for 4 sets. That's all it is. You do each one, and you're just doing as hard as you can. Um, it says 3 to 8, but really what it is 10 is supposed to be your max. So you do as many as you can is really what it is. The thought is hopefully you're doing 8 as your max, but hopefully more. And in some of these I can do more. That step ups is going to be I'm going to have to add weight because there's no way I don't want to do my max. I go at it forever. Um, this one is the second day test. It looks like you do 5 exercises. It's the body row, push-ups, jumping lunge, knee. It's interesting. Um, so that they're adding in a couple of exercises here that you don't really did. We didn't really do a lot of in the early parts of the training. Okay, so we didn't do a lot of jumping lunges. We didn't do a lot of knee to elbow plank. In fact, we did zero. I mean, none of the previous exercises were knee to elbow plank. So these are kind of like early tests for the future work. So it's like checking to see where you are, how many you can do. It says 8 to 15, but it's a max of 10. And you are supposed to be moving pretty slow. I think it's put your foot back kind of quickly, but move slowly, bringing it into the 2, I believe. Yeah. So you go back one. It's like a count 1 and then 1, 2, bring it in 1, 1, 2, bring it in 1, and then so that's what you can be doing with planks. So I haven't done those. Uh, 8 to 15 should be pretty easy. I mean, I can do, a minute and a half at plank, so it's not going to be a time issue problem. But the delays, the slowness will make it more challenging. So there's that. Arch ups, I don't think that's really, I mean, I don't think 15 is going to be a max. But again, you're going and you're holding it for 2. It's 1, 2, down, 1, 2, down. So maybe it'll be more challenging than you'd expect. But anyway, that's the first part. Now, if I have time and I don't take too long doing those, I'm not going to take 10 minutes between each, because if I do, I definitely will not finish. So I'm going to be doing trying to get through these pretty quick. It's 9 exercises, 1 set. I'll probably if the exercises are pretty close together, like you see the band assisted pull up followed by a band assist that have totally different muscle groups. I mean, you're doing triceps and bicep back, and then leg. I can kind of keep those pretty small. Heck, even the last one is glutes, although it's a little bit leg. It's pretty small as far as the work you're doing. So they're all minimally connected. So it shouldn't be a problem with just kind of keeping those moving. Just do each one within a minute or so of each other. These are tests, so it's kind of seeing how far you are. This one here, it's back, and then it's pull, push, leg, core, and then back again, but it's low back. Again, I should be able to keep these pretty close together, so there's not a lot of overlap between them. So pretty much by the time I'm doing a pull again, I'm on to the next exercise. Um, I've gone, easily to 5 to 10 minutes, probably at least 5. We'll see. Maybe I'll set my timer and make sure I'm 5 minutes apart before I do another pull work, which should be okay. Anyway, there we go. Let's do the final. I have to do my final getting ready here. I gotta put on my. I will try to see if I can get my heart rate monitor going. It's kind of a 50-50 half the time on whether or not this works. Because if I'm not warm and sweating already, this thing seems to start better if there's moisture on my skin. I'm gonna have to be sweating a lot, but just have that dampness. Anyway, all right, so let me get this final setup going and I'll be right back. All right, so I guess we just get going here. Let's set my timer. Do strength, or not timer, but my workout, just to make sure I get it started. First things first, we're going to do pull-ups. Now, these are band-assisted pull-ups. I'm not doing the band. I mean, the band assisted is the fact that we're doing the beginner workout. Okay, so this whole Cali Move is all beginner. This whole first, I don't know, 4 months. I just did 2 months. I think I'm at the midway point. I just did a review. They had a little review questionnaire. Asked what I thought about it. My biggest complaint was, of course, that it's a little repetitive. You know, the exercises you're doing. I mean, you do the same thing week in, week out for like 3, 4 weeks. And in fact, this next workout isn't much different. They're adding a little bit in there. It's one or two exercises that vary. So it doesn't change up much, which is understandable, really. I mean, there's only so many exercises you can do, especially without equipment, without like a gym where you can do cable pulls and cable extra things, and you can get in some extra heavy weights. This is designed to kind of be something you can do at home. And there's only so many things you can do at home. In fact, they even mentioned something like they have a lot of the dips, body weight dips, which which not everybody has a bar that you can do body weight dips on. That's not really a common at-home equipment. You might as well just show people how to do. They're more likely to have a pair of dumbbells, I think, than they're going to have something that you can do body weight dips on, which means it's really not designed for home work. They have a lot of things where they're showing you doing rings. Who owns rings at home? I think this is a very uncommon extra thing. Somebody would have to go out and specifically make a purchase for these. And most homes, the roofs aren't that high, so a lot of the exercises you're doing don't have a lot of space up here. Now, if you have a huge house and you've got a 15 foot ceilings or 12-foot ceilings, I've got the standard. I think these are like 8, maybe 9 feet ceilings. I don't know. I'd probably lean towards the eight range. Anyway, all right, so let's get started. First things first, we're going to do just band assisted dips without the band. And the goal is at least 8. Now, these are full extensions, so you can see I installed a bar on my roof. This will allow me more stability. I can do things like have my legs out, and I'm not going to swing quite as much, or at least the if I'm doing something like hollow body holds, I guess I probably still will swing. I didn't really think about that, but I will still swing. Never mind. But the bar, if I'm doing like um, leg lift pull-ups, it's going to be that thing moves around a lot when I do leg lift pull-ups. My body weight shifts, and it constantly wants to rock, which is not good. You don't want it rocking. So this one won't rock. Um, I hope it's good. I mean, I got some pretty solid bolts in there. It's not moving at all, but it does only go into 2x4s. The hoists that are above the roof, which are only I don't even know, are they small ones or are they long ones? I don't remember how they work. But anyway, let's get to work. On your marks, get set, go. I'm gonna do. Actually, I'm trying to decide if I want how wide I want my hands. Let's do this. I could just take these rings off. As you can see, I'm stalling because I'm not sure what I want to do. These are hard. I mean, pull-ups in general are pretty hard, and I don't. I don't know. I'm just making excuses. Let's get going. I can do at least 8. I believe these are supposed to be slow. That's what I was doing, slow ones. But yeah, they're 2 counts. Two. I think they're 1 ups, 2 downs. Is that what those are? Yeah, they're 1 ups, 2 downs, or explode ups, 2 downs. I wasn't really doing the explode up. I did 10. Is that good? I don't know. 10. Oh, here I gotta update my stream information. Anyway, all right, so that should at least update some stuff on my. All right, so let's go on to the next. So next thing's band assisted dip. Okay, so you can do. Could I have done more? Maybe. I probably didn't push myself. I probably could have gotten to 11 or 12. I know. Being So band assisted dip is basically you would put your knees inside of the weight and you can lift yourself up as many as you can. Again, it's a 2 count down and an explode up. Uh, Again, it's as many as you can. 8 to 15 is ideal. I think they do 3 to 8. Do what you can. I'm guessing I'm around 20. That's pretty much what I usually do. And I could do regular dips 30 plus, but the 2 counts do slow you down. Mm. 27. So, um, I had a few more in me, but I was starting to shrug, and I was starting to lose the form, so I stopped because that's kind of the key element, keeping your form. A lot of times you can do more, but if you're losing form, you're not doing it right anymore. So the goal is perfect form workouts. So if I can start feeling my shoulders dip and pushing them out, but I was finding it harder and harder to get that shoulder pushed out, and I think 27, good solid stop for max. Okay, so I will do. I'm gonna copy week 9. And we're just gonna go to. Oh, we're gonna put back in Cali Move, confirm, edit. Okay, so first things first, we did weighted pull-up. Now this is what I call the band-assisted pull-up. Um, and then we did weighted tricep dip. No, I put it in here as weighted so I can add weight. Because if I want to add like a vest or... So first thing I did, my weight is basically 180 today. I weighed myself, that's how I know. It's 180. And I did 10. I could, like I said, I felt like I had more. I was probably being a little lazy. Plus, it's the first thing I did. I haven't done a whole lot of warming up today, so tend to have slower first sets. So it's probably not the best one to do a test on. Full body dips. I did 27, and then barbell deep squat. That's not what I'm doing. I'm doing step ups, I believe. Yep. I think I have a dumbbell step up. Here we go. This is another one of those that you're basically doing as many as you can, but I have to do some kind of a weight. I'll probably use my medicine ball. It's only 12 pounds. I could use a dumbbell too. Trying to see what's in the camera. 'Cause I'm gonna cut my head off when I stand up. So this probably work fine. Um, let's do let's grab a 25-pound plate. This will basically be the highest I've done on these. Well, I've done stuff with dumbbells where I had 30s and 40s, but can't do very many. Goal is to be able to do 8 to 15, I believe is what it does, right? No, it's 3 to 8. 3 to 8. I mean, 3 to 8. It's like you're doing a body weight step up. I mean, yeah, I know you're doing them slow, but even a beginner, you think can do 3 steps. I mean, because if 3 is your max, I mean, I suppose if somebody's really, I mean, I think somebody would have to be really out of shape or really heavy, which is what I can see that being difficult. But then I'm thinking this workout in general, probably not for somebody who's not at least, you know, has a good body mass, a good body weight to them. Because if you're like 300 pounds, 200 pounds, or 110 pounds overweight or something, I think a lot of these things you can't are going to be near impossible to do or very difficult to do. Um, I mean, yeah, you're doing progressions, but you're going to have to really focus on the diet end of things, I guess. Okay, here we go. Man, my legs are so sore from this stuff on Friday, but they're feeling okay right now. But no, this chair is not happy. Look at it. It's really creaking. I should pick a different chair. This is an older one of our chairs. Probably should pick a different chair. Now, to be honest, this is a newer chair, but it's not a better chair. It just probably won't creak and make me as nervous. Newer, so the joints are less likely to break on me. That's the hope, anyway. Oh. Ugh, 16. Short break before I switch legs. I did 25. Probably could have done another couple, but it was getting challenging to hold form. Uh-oh, my knee's starting to make those little grindy noises. Gotta stick to my glucosamine. I do take glucosamine. It helps with the cartilage and joints health, but what are you gonna do? I can do so much, right? Let's go. Now the goal for this leg, of course, is at least 25. Same amount. Ugh. 10. 15. 20. 25. Okay. A dumbbell step up. I can add 25 to my 135, which would be 160. I did 25. Now, normally in the past, you see here I'm doing dumbbell step ups. It says I did 160 pounds. Don't get that wrong. I did not do 240s. I did not do 160 in each arm. I did not do 80 in each arm, which are the two ways I would normally read that. Problem is, your body weighs weight. So if you're a 300-pound person and you're doing this, you're lifting a lot more weight, right? You still got to take off probably a quarter of your weight because one leg is not doing the exercise or is not adding to the weight so much. It's mostly lifting the rest of your body. So you take a little bit off. That's why it says 135 even though I weigh 180. A couple of ways you can kind of measure that, but it's a little challenging because you got to remember this leg is still going to be on the scale, so it's hard to measure. So you got to figure out a way to measure your body minus this leg. Not so easy to do. So just standing one-legged on the scale does not do the trick because it's still lifting your whole body. So sometimes you could do something like maybe put one foot on the ground and weigh yourself, but then more like half your weight is off the scale and half the weight is on the scale. So that's not quite right either, because you still have everything from here up is being lifted by the muscles in your leg, or from here up additionally. So you basically 3/4 of your weight at least. It's fair to say that one leg probably is a quarter of your weight because legs are pretty heavy. There's a lot of muscle in there, a lot of heavy bones, big bones. But anyway, so if you weigh 300 pounds, you're lifting a lot more weight. And if you say, oh, I'm doing 10-pound dumbbells, and you start doing step ups, so say as you lose weight, you keep doing 10 pounds. Maybe you lose 50 pounds and now you're up to 20-pound dumbbells. Well, that's only 40 added pounds. When before you were doing 20 added pounds to your weight, so you were probably doing 70 pounds extra, and now you're only doing the 40 pounds extra because you're only doing the 40, and you've lost 50 pounds. So you're losing ground. So you're not actually gaining the strength. You may be losing the weight, but you're not gaining the strength in proportion because you actually lose muscle in that case, right? So if you're doing a 300-pound lift of your whole body weight, and then suddenly you lose 50 pounds and you're doing the same number of reps, well, obviously you've gotten weaker because you've lost 50 pounds and you're doing this less. You should be increasing the reps or increasing the weight or increasing something. Um, so if you lose 50 pounds, you should be holding 25-pound dumbbells in your arms doing that same weight so that your body is lifting at least the same amount you've lost because you should be just as strong. I mean, the goal is you're not losing muscle mass, but you're gaining, but you're losing fat. If you want to keep that strength, your body is already strong enough. If you're lifting 300 pounds every day, as you walk around with 300 pounds. You lose 100 pounds, you should still be able to do the 300 pounds. If not, then you've lost a lot of muscle along with fat. So you want to compensate that. Okay, so it's enough chit chat. Let's go on to the next exercise. This one is they're basically doing swimmers again or Superman. It's close enough to what this is. Oh no, this is Bridger. This is Easy Bridge. Guess Superman's part of the second one, right? It's only one set. Let's go. I don't know how good I've got this pointing, but we'll make it work. So this is one of those that I found is way easy. And problem is, there are a couple ways to make this more challenging, but still you're only doing 8 to 15 and you're, or whatever max would be. So with this one, you want to keep your arms off the ground so you're not like helping yourself with your arms. So you kind of keep them up. I kind of, change between my head and my stomach, but either way, you got to keep your elbows off the ground. Um, you're going to lift yourself all the way up. Now, obviously, not obviously, but the closer your foot is to your tush, the easier it is. So obviously, if you go, so in other words, the farther away you are, I keep wanting to say obviously, the farther out you step, the harder it's going to be. So you're just trying to get challenged. You won't be able to go as high if your foot is farther out, though. There's not as much. You have more leverage, but you can also go way higher. Versus here, you can't go quite as high because there's just not as much. But ultimately, you want to try to line up your hips with your knee and your shoulder so you're a straight line. And it's 2 counts. Nine, 10, 12, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. All right. Oh, losing form. Ow, 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 ow. Wow, uh, quad was almost cramping up there. All right, next one. Trying to do a little bit wider step here. Five, 10. 15. Whew. That one actually works the quads pretty good, especially when you start getting that farther out step. I'm noticing that a lot more. So I did 20. I did the same amount on both legs. Again, I try to do the same amount on both legs just so that one leg doesn't get too much exercise in comparison to the other. The goal is that they kind of grow together. So if one leg maxes out at 20, you have to stop the other leg at 20, just so it's not getting ahead. Yes, you might be able to do more, but I wouldn't recommend it because if the other leg can't keep up, I mean, obviously you could work your weakest leg or your strongest leg first, and then make the weakest leg do it. Although you're going to probably lose form if it can't keep up. Um, oh, that was easy bridge hold. That wasn't easy bridge. Do I have easy bridge even on here? Oh, all right, let's just do this one. We'll go here. This at least, that's a little bit of a mislead because it's not both legs, but whatever. uh, we'll just say I did 20. Okay, that's it. Let's go on to the next one. So the next set, of test week stuff, I'm just going to get them all done. We'll go complete to that one. Uh, body row. So we've got. I'm going to go ahead and try to get these onto the screen so you can see what I'm doing here. So the one difference here you might notice is that this one actually has 5 exercises. Granted, it's only a single exercise, but or single set, but still. Now, this is going to be interesting for me because I now, as you can see, I've installed a pull-up bar that's out in the open, which allows me to do um, this will allow me to do body rows on the rings. Though, I will say, I've never done it on the rings before. So I have to do this where my body is at full length, right? So I've done them on the pull-up bars on here. Um, Part of the problem with doing them on here is I have to have my feet stable, right? So I have to block my feet from moving. Zealous Duelist, how you going? More traction? What do you mean? How do I, how do you not have more traction? What are you referring to? I don't know what you're referring to as far as that goes, but you'll have to tell me. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to try and do these. There's not a good place to do it here, so I'm going to try and do. I haven't done the rings before, so this is new. But I'm going to put my feet on the step, which will allow me to do them like this. I think that's 10. Uh, 17. 18. 20. Okay, so that is a little harder. I do have myself a little bit lower in level. Oh, you're talking about my views. Um, yeah, well, I don't stream a ton. I stream a couple times a week now. I used to stream a little bit more. Um, but I don't have a lot of, I don't know, I don't do a lot of extra stuff. So, marketing, letting people know, doing videos that are, edited. So it takes a while. Anyway, so there you go. So I did 20. Probably could have done 22 or so, but I was starting to feel again. I was starting to feel like my form was starting to drop. So I don't want to. Since this is a test week, you want to know how many you can do without, um, losing form. So let's see here. Body row. Where is it? I know it's on here somewhere. Oh, my shirt. Um, let's see. So this is another one that's tricky. Now you see that I put these on here. I put these on so that I could get a lower body row, and I knew that I could lay out lower where I'm actually closer to the ground, getting even inverted. If I extend these slightly further, I could get to the point where my back touches the ground, and I'm literally doing a negative, which is going to be even more challenging, right? So I'll be lifting from an inverted step because this is higher. So I could put my feet up on top and literally get myself down to where I have a negative going, which is going to allow me more. But I do like being able to put my feet against the step though, because it allows me to, have a lot more stability with not pulling myself forward. Because you have to be directly under the weight to avoid sliding forward, because the rings are going to pull you towards, the leverage will pull you towards. So if you're not pulling straight up. Anyway, so I don't know. I don't even know what to write for this. It's really hard to gauge your actual weight on these, but the progression here is the lower you can go, the better for your body rate row. Well, as far as this goes, this is a calisthenics workout. So my goal for this is to be able to do things like a planche, planche push-up, a planche hold. Um, I can do an inverted planche hold for a few seconds. Uh, Doing things like a pistol squat. I can't do a pistol squat. I see people do it, and I'm like, gosh, that's pretty impressive. Balance is tough for me for that. Plus, it's just when you're at that negative point, one leg. I think I see a lot of women who can do pistol squats, but they weigh like 100 pounds, right? So you don't count one leg, so they're lifting 60, 70 pounds. It's not as hard for, well, let's see, if they weigh 120 pounds, they're probably lifting like 80 pounds, which is still pretty good. But it's not as much as, like, say, somebody who, like me, 180, I'm lifting 135 pounds at least when you do one leg pistol squat. Plus, it's a negative, and I'm terrible at the negative part of squats. I just did a pretty significant workout last Friday where I did full squats and I was, holding my medicine ball here and I was doing the leg up, step ups all at the same time. And my legs got really sore. I mean, Saturday and Sunday they were really sore because I'm just not used to that negative stance on squats. I can do squats of the not negative variety. Negative being the part where you go below your knee, right? So, if you're doing a squat, a lot of times people will go like me, and this is how I've always done it. I try to go to 90 degrees on a normal squat. So you're going back and your knees are 90. But to do pistol squats, your legs have to be extremely strong at the negative, which is doing a squat where you're going all the way down, where you're essentially negative. You're below 90 degrees. And you can't do a pistol squat unless you can do all the way down. So I try to go down when I'm doing these to where I can feel my quads touch my calves. That means I'm down pretty low and then I can come back up. Friday I was doing a lot of that stuff and it's just that my quads get really sore, my glutes, because they're just not used to that. That's when I'm going into that area that's hard for me. So that's one of the reasons why I installed this, because I figured this is going to help me to be able to do more practicing on my pistol squat. So um, the goal is that if I set these at the right altitude, which I don't know if they're at that right now, but ultimately being able to just go into a pistol squat form and use this to yeah, this is too low. I won't be able to use it. But I'll need to get it higher, like here, where I can put my arm up and then literally go down and pull myself up onto a pistol squat, and I can practice it working on my form. So pistol squats, planche. I can do a tuck planche. That was one of the things I wanted to do today for my test. I gotta do the next exercise here. But um, ultimately, I can do a tuck planche for a short time, but my tuck is really tucked. Okay, when you watch a guy doing it online, a tuck planche, you're essentially sitting like this, and you hold this is kind of your form. So I would be able to lift myself like this off the ground. I cannot. uh, I can lift myself like this off the ground, but you can see that this is really tough. This is a super tough planche. And I've noticed that when they show it online, their legs are a lot further back, which means they're still getting a lot more lower core uh, uh, use in there, where I'm getting very little. See, that's kind of my problem. I think a lot of my weakness is in the lower back, being able to hold my body up under that load. Um, so I've been trying to practice. Like the other day I was doing these, um, just trying to hold myself up as long as possible. It's one of those things I want to try to do every couple of days at least. Do as a couple of times. The goal is, hold myself up as long as I can and keep trying to push my legs back. Just trying to build that strength up. Now I've been doing kickbacks on my parallel bars, which does that, which is helps with that, and I've gotten a lot better at it, but still. This just learning to do a tuck planche, if you've never done any kind of a planche thing before, the biggest challenge is you have to learn mentally how to engage a lot of different muscles at once. Because you're kicking in not only your arms, your shoulders, your biceps, your scapula, which has to raise you up, and then you also have to get your core in there so you can start lifting your knees up. And then you got to really kick in your lower back to start bringing in your toes. So getting all the parts in play can be really challenging. And then I just installed this pull-up bar, so I was able to start using my rings, and I was trying to start doing just holding myself up, doing some you know abs, and I noticed that my arms are really really unstable. See how shaky my arms are, and the more tired they get. They start shaking, and I'm like, definitely got some work to do there too. So as you get better and stronger and your arms get more, you get all of the muscles and such in place. Have you ever, I don't know if if you've ever done if you can remember, if you work out the bench press, and then you know what the first time you ever did that was. The first few times you did it, it was really hard to stabilize that bench press. Now, after a few years, your body has trained all those muscles to work together. You've strengthened all of the sub muscles, and generally, it's a non-issue now to lift the bar. For most people who've done bench press for any number of months or whatever, your body learns to stabilize. That's where I'm at. I'm at that beginner phase of using rings, where my arms have not learned how to stabilize all the muscles or engage all the necessary muscles, or even don't have the strength in all the necessary muscles to stabilize that ring while I'm moving or while I'm doing stuff. And so I got some ways to go there. Hopefully, I'll be able to get that fixed. So those are my goals, and that's why I'm doing the calisthenics workout. I want to learn to engage and incorporate, build up that strength in all those muscles that years of the gym is just not done. Because years of the gym just focus on certain muscle groups, and all the support group muscles, all the little extra muscles that are supposed to be there to help you function through the normal parts of life, aren't really part of it, because they're too centralized. And in order to do things like a planche, you have to learn to engage all your muscles. I mean, I think every muscle's engaged. Your glutes are engaged. Your core, your quads, your biceps, your shoulders, your scapula, your chest, everything. I mean, just a planche is like the ultimate full body accomplishment. That, along with the human flag, or all those things, are all like full body workouts. So yeah, and don't get me wrong, I have to go to the gym every now and then just so I can go lift some weights, because I need to lift weights every now and then. I don't want to lose what I've gained as far as weight strength goes, but I go in at least once a week, if not twice a week, to go do actual weights that I can't do at home. Like if I want to do, I'll still do a leg workout at the gym, because that's the only place I can get enough weight on. I have Olympic barbell here, but as you can see, I don't really have a rack, so I can't really do heavy weights, and I can't really do bench press. Though my 105-pound dumbbells, well, it's 52 and a half, so 105 pounds. I could do 20 to 30 a few sets, 4 or 5 sets, and I'll still get a really good chest workout. It's a lot of reps, but I can do it here. And I usually will do just like a lot of chest stuff. Like I'll do some incline, some flat, some flies, some presses on each. So I'll do like 4 exercises of the chest. And my chest gets a good workout. But I just really can't do it if I want to get a lot of weight in on the squats. But again, squats at the gym are bad, right? I mean, I can only do like 130 pounds doing them deep. I'm never going to finish if I keep talking. So let me do more talking while I'm working. What's the next thing? Okay, so I did the rows. I did 20. Let's go ahead and let's do the push-ups. So he's doing, these aren't regular push-ups. These are scapula push-ups. Scapula push-ups, I don't know if you haven't done much calisthenics, you might not know what these are, because I don't think, these are not a standard form of push-up. All right, so standard push-ups, your hands are out here, kind of shoulder width, maybe a little bit more, and your shoulders are straight down, and it's mostly a chest exercise, right? So I actually tested myself the difference between these and what he does. And these are a lot easier. You can do a lot more of them. A lot of people, I can do 50 to 80. Actually, I think the last time I did them, I did about 80 regular push-ups. So that's just these guys, right? Where your hands are kind of out here, and you just keep going. These guys. Pretty straightforward, pretty easy. Not a lot of weight. It's maybe 130, 135 pounds for me. Now, what he's doing is, in fact, I like to do these because these are a little bit harder. Plus, he's doing slow counts. So it's, I believe it's two down, two up. Or is he doing two down, explode up, or just two down, two up? Um, I think he's doing, yeah, it's two down, two up. I think, I believe also that he's doing, yeah, he's doing, I, I want to call them, they're not planche push-ups, but they're planche form push-ups. So these are a lot of tricep and a lot of your weight, a lot of your body weight is on. So think about doing a planche push-up or a planche hold or whatever, planche tuck planche, where you're basically your arms are back and they're centered on your body, right? So when you lift yourself up, they're going to hold your entire body weight. And so you want that same form for your hand where your thumbs are pointed forward and your fingers are pointed out. And instead of, you still want your neck extended, you still want your shoulders back and your neck extended. But now, see how my arms are actually forward on here? Um, then you're going to come down, and what you're actually doing here is you're putting a lot more weight on your arms than you would be if you're doing them up here. Up here, I'm probably doing maybe 135 pounds of pressure. Down here, I'm doing like 150. I'm doing about 150 plus pounds of pressure. So, and plus it's two counts. So that's going to slow you down, which is going to make it a lot more difficult. So I could do, I think I could do 185 on the bench press. I think 30 times. I think that's the most I've done. It might be 25. I don't remember for sure. But no, it's about 30 because I did 225 I did 225 20 times. But again, these are fast standard presses, not not low presses or not slow counts. Slow counts are harder. All right, here we go. Let's do this. I'm kind of cramped for space. I kind of have too much junk back here. I need to clean my room out. And this is the scapula part. See how my back comes all the way up? That's what you want to get to. 15. 20. Oh. 'Ugh. We'll take 25. I might add a couple more in me. That's a good one. Whew. Yeah, it's hard to gain mass. You know, I've been trying to gain muscle percentage on uh my workouts, but man, I am having the dangest time changing body mass at all. My weight stays the same, my muscle mass stays the same. I am noticing I'm getting better at some stuff, but it's almost like I'm just switching. Like I get stronger at some things and weaker at others, maybe. I don't know. Either that or my body weight scale doesn't know how to really tell me anything. But, all right, where do my push-ups go? Push-ups, push-ups. There we go, weighted push-ups. All right, so weighted push-up. 100, do 135, and I did 25. So, do I have abs? You have abs. Are you stating that I have abs, or are you asking me? I mean, I guess you could tell. Kinda. I have, I think it's about a four pack. What, one, two, three, four. And then this is just yeah, where I store my Christmas cookies. So, all right, so next exercise. Uh, okay, so this is switch lunge. And man, I'm gonna be doing these all day. I don't want to. I mean, I'm gonna do them, but I can't. I don't know if I'll do max. I get tired with switch lunge. Um, so um, let's see if I even have it on here. Yeah, switch lunge. Here we go. I don't know if JFit has this in there. That's why I just created it. They didn't when I created it, so I just added it. They may have added it since, but it's been years. Um, so you'll notice that the workouts here, or this training, uh, as we start doing more and more of them, they only have 3 to 4 exercises every day. So that's a thing too. If I had to complain about it, sometimes I just don't feel like it's. Uh, uh, Sometimes I feel like they don't have a lot of training for just like feeling intense. Now, granted, I gotta taper my expectations, right? So I'm doing the full calisthenics workout that Cali Move has, and so this is the first phase. They got a 5 phase program. Takes 92 weeks, 92 or 95 weeks to complete it. So it's almost 2 full years, right? Um, and this first phase, the first 4 months, is a piece you can buy. Okay, so you buy the beginner phase, step two phase, step three phase, four phase, whatever. I believe I bought a package of the first 3 phases, and then the last 2 phases are separate. So I bought the three. They have packages where you can get one phase at a time, one, two, three, four, five, or you can buy a package of 1 through 3 and 4 and 5. And you know, this is discounts, right? So if you buy multiple at once, you get discount. If you buy all 5 at once, you get the most of it, the most discount. But I didn't want to buy all 5 at once because it was a lot. And so, and seeing as I'm not, I don't make any money on these streams because I don't have enough followers or anything or subs or anything like that to do that. So I just do these slowly and out of my own pocket. So ultimately, I bought the first 3. I wanted to see what it was all about. So I got to taper my expectations because this first whole thing is about beginners who've never done anything like this or not in that great a shape. And I'm in pretty decent shape, so I find a lot of this stuff to be kind of easy. The efforts are kind of low. You only do 3 or 4 exercises. The stuff you're doing is hard-ish, but you can see they're doing like, hey, do 3 to 8 or 8 to 15. And I go over those numbers on every single exercise, and I'm at the max progression for a lot of these where I'm doing full ground. The push-ups that they do a lot of times are um, our wall push-ups or whatever a lot of the beginning stuff is. So it's pretty low intensity. So I have to go through and add a lot of extra stuff, and you'll see on a lot of my workouts. If you were to look back on some of my most recent ones, they have the four exercises you do, but then I add in an extra exercise in between every one of them. So I'm doing like 8 exercises instead of four, and I add some dumbbell stuff or some additional weights just to make the workout feel more complete. Because if I just do the four exercises, I feel like it's not much. Like today, I'm going kind of slow as I do these test workouts. They want you to do 5 to 10 minute rests in between each one. I have a real hard time with that because it just doesn't feel like it's necessary to rest for so long, especially since they do a pretty good job at having you do disconnected exercises, opposites. You know, you do a pull and a push and then a leg, another pull and a push and a leg or a core. So they're all separate. I spoke earlier of what I like to do to help build up my lower back strength for the sake of being able to do planches better. And one of those exercises is for me to get up on a bar, lean forward like I'm going to do a dip, or like I'm in a planche position, and then kickback. So I call these kickbacks. The goal is for your knees to go in line with your body. You see a lot of those. I start going low. Now, I'm not in a full planche position because I'm not, obviously, I can't do planches. If I could, then I could do that. But anything that's leaning forward, any effort where you're at all angled is going to put muscle or resistance on the lower back area, what you're trying to do, which is what the planche is all about, being able to lift this part of your body back when the rest of your body is forward. So you're trying to build up all that lower back area to be strong enough to pull you up. And that's what the kickbacks are helping me to do. And I've gotten a lot better at them. When I first did it, I couldn't do any. And there was no hold, zero hold. Like here you see me pausing slightly. That was a major progression, trust me. When I first did them, I was barely leaning back. There was almost no forward move, no forward on my chest at all. And it was up 1, 2, 3, and I'd get to about 7, 8, or 9, and I'd be like, done. Can't do anymore. If I'm doing it fast like that, I can do 20 to 25 now. Um, you can see there I did about 8, but I was able to pause for short periods of time. I try to hold as long as I can, 1 or 2 seconds. So there is progression going on. I am getting stronger in those areas, but I'm still pretty far away from planche level strength. Wow. It's courage. I don't know if it's courage. I gotta say, Cap, you got a tough name there. Cap, Capiturium, Capiturium ratata? Capiturium ratata? Capiturium ratata. It's quite the name you got. Don't even try. Yeah. Uh, I have to try. It's the challenge of the tongue. Oh, it's Portuguese, huh? Wow. I wouldn't have guessed that. It sounded kind of Latin-esque. Um, I mean, it has kind of that capiturium. That ium in the middle made me think Latin. um, anyway, so I don't know if it's courageous to work out at home. In fact, I think it's, you know what's courageous? Going to the gym with a camera. Trying to, people who stream from the gym. I've done it. I've streamed from the gym and I've gotten used to it, but that took courage. It took a long time for me to get up my confidence enough to say, all right, I'm going to try to put up this camera over here and start talking and talking to myself in the gym. That's courage. At home is easy. There's nobody around. Rattata, Rattata. Yeah, I know Pokemon. The oh, it's a Rattata turns into. Geez, I can't even remember. I used to play all those games. I used to play a lot of Pokemon, not just on the. I played the video game. I played a lot of the card game with my sons, and then of course Pokemon Go when it came out. Yeah, I played a lot of that stuff. Ah, I gotta get to work. What time is it? Ah, it's 8:36. I gotta finish these tests. I don't think I'm doing the extra. I'm talking too much today. All right, so let's do my. Let's see, where do I want to do this? All right, let's just do it right here. We'll just do switch. 15. Ah, 20. uh, 25. I think that's it. uh, 27. I'm starting to lose it there. You can see, definitely got us, got a little. It's funny how something like that goes with the switch lunges. It's like easy, hard. There's no getting harder. It just goes. It's like any of the cardio stuff is like that, where you're jumping. It's like, this is easy. And then all of a sudden your heart goes, nope. Things are getting sloppy. So you got to really know your limit there. Okay. Whew. I really like jump exercises. Let me rephrase that. I hate them, but I really like them for a lot of reasons. Well, the primary reason is you get to kick in those fast twitch fibers. If you want speed, you want agility, you want quickness, just in life, being able to do stuff, respond fast, you have to do jump exercises. You have to do quick sprinting, jumping, fast twitch exercises, because fast twitch fibers in your muscles are actually a thing. You will find, no matter how strong you are, you're not going to be fast unless you've also done fast twitch exercises, jumping and sprinting and things that make you go fast. It doesn't matter. You could be really weak in the gym, but still be pretty fast, quick, and agile if you do a lot of that stuff. Now, granted, you're probably not going to be as fast for as long, and you're not going to be able to start as quick as some people who are pretty strong, but you're going to have those quick feet, quick movement abilities. And that comes from being able to do fast twitch exercises. So I like them because it just makes me feel better when I go play tennis, when I go play basketball or football or skiing or whatever. Your muscles respond better if you train those fast twitch fibers to do their thing. If you want to be good at anything, do those. And no matter how strong you are, or how strong you think you are, you do enough fast twitch exercises, you will get sore. It don't matter, because if you don't, unless you do them all the time. Just do them all the time. Like anything, you don't get sore that often. It's, as your body gets used to it. Um, but if you really want to push those muscles, do the jumping. Make sure you do right form. You don't want to, because also fast twitch fibers are the thing that you can tear muscles and blow knees and stuff like that if you don't watch your form. So be careful. If you're getting so tired that your form is starting to go all wonky, stop. Go do something else. Anyway, let's do the next thing. Yeah. Oh, one of the best exercises for tennis. I love tennis. I play tennis. I haven't played it in a long time, but I used to play tons. In fact, to the point where I got elbow problems and everything else that I've since the elbow problem's gone away, but I've incurred extra shoulder issues and stuff. But tennis is my all-time favorite. I one year I think in a 2 month period of time I played 60 some matches. That's Think about it. That's an average of one match a day, or in some cases it was like 2 matches Thursday, 3 matches on Saturday, a match on Monday. I was just playing all the time. I was doing a ladder thing and I was trying to win the most plays. And I did. One year I won, one year I came in second, but then I started getting elbow issues. But anyway, the best exercise for helping keeping your feet fast and good, jump rope. Oh man, I started doing jump rope while playing tennis and my feet you could stay on the toes. You just feel more bouncy and responsive out on the court. So yeah, I recommend get good at jump rope. Spend some time doing jump rope. It's great for tennis. Great for that quick, agile, just kind of loose where you need to be because you don't want to be flat-footed in tennis, right? Because if you're sitting like this, your response time is going to be worse. You want to be able to stay on your toes and almost always be kind of light so you can get and respond quickly to whatever the ball's going to be. You should never have yourself kind of sitting flat and not moving on tennis. You always want to be up, and as such, jump rope. I'm telling you, it was the best. It was just like even after just a few days of doing jump rope, I could tell when I went out and played tennis, I just felt like I had more spring in my step. Okay, where am I? What's the next thing? Knee to elbow plank. I haven't done any of these here. I haven't done these in. I haven't done knee to elbow planks since I was doing Insanity. I have done all the Insanity. I did the Max 30 and the Insanity program. That was. You want the greatest, the best, most agonizing cardio workouts? Do Insanity, the original Insanity. That's 50 minutes, on the average, about 50 minutes of exercise each time you do it. Once you've done Insanity, I have seen nothing that compares except maybe Insanity Max 30. Insanity Max 30 is only 30-minute exercise, but you get less breaks, like almost none. You get like 15-second breaks, like 3 or 4 times during that 30 minutes. So very little compares to Insanity. So if you want the greatest cardio workout, oh, by the way, you want to be already in decent shape. Don't just do Insanity from the couch. Don't go couch to Insanity. That's Insanity. All right, let's do this. I don't know how many I can do of these. I'd imagine quite a bit, but we'll see. These are slow counts also. They're twos and ones. Oh, what the heck? Boy, maybe I can't do any. All right, so a proper form plank, according to the way they do it. So most people, this is a plank, right? So arms straight up, you're just up. In fact, you're probably straight board, head to ankles. Now, the way they do them, and the way calisthenics teaches it, is this is a proper plank. Okay, so your scapula is extended, your core is tight, and you actually don't look all that straight, except the arch is not in your lower back, it's in your upper back, and that's where your scapula is extended. Okay, now this uh, foot to, what is it? Um, Knee to elbow. It's supposed to be the same basic thing, except your arms stay in place. Your knee. I can't do it. I don't have the flexibility. He does it. He does it. His knees come all the way to his elbows. I don't know how he does it. I don't even know if I can do that on the ground. I cannot. I can't even. Yeah, I cannot. I'll just have to do as much as I can. New goal for me, being able to touch my elbows or my arms with my legs here. Whoa, boy, huh? I may only do the 3 to 8. uh, I can do plank for a long time, but I cannot do that twist. In fact, this leg, it's barely going. See, I could do the insanity version. Insanity doesn't have you in plank or in low plank. Insanity has you in high plank, like this. So I can do this. Still struggle, still harder on the right, but he shows it. He makes it look easy, man. He makes it look easy. He just kind of goes like, maybe I'm doing something. Maybe I'm making this harder. Maybe I gotta arch that back more. Maybe it'll be easier. Let's see. Not lower arch, but upper arch. Let's see. All right, up arch, and then nope. I got one. One on that side. Nope. This leg cannot. This leg cannot do it. This leg is a solid 2 inches from my elbow. Okay, so now I know I need to do some serious rotational stretching. Yeah. I got 3 on the right, 0 on the left. I cannot get this leg up there. And it's so different. It's like this side of my body like can do it. It's a little bit of a push and stretch and difficulty. This leg is just like tight and it's like nope, it's not happening. So we'll see. Give me a Let's see what happens the next time. I don't even think I have that in here. Wow. Yeah, I'm gonna have to add that, but we'll call that a fail. I mean, I could do 3 on the right. I might be able to do more if all I did was the right, but I can't do left. It's just I don't have the rotation stretchiness. So I don't know what the right. There's a couple of maybe I'll do some twists. This side of my body, strangely enough, makes sense because that's the side where my shoulder pops the most. In fact, I was starting. One of the hardest things when I first started this, um, they do this easy bridge, right? So all it is your hands pointed back and you come up like this, right? When I first started this, I couldn't do this. I could barely get my butt up. um, then you started doing holds or counts, and I could do 2 or 3 because my right shoulder was so tight. I could not. I could feel the right shoulder just felt like it was just stretching so much. My left shoulder, I barely feel it. In fact, I can't feel it right now. Right shoulder, it's snug. but I can do this now. And I can hold this for a minute and a half or a minute, still get this rotation in there. But it's still, the right shoulder is just the one that's most tense. It struggles the most the with this, but I can do it now. It's like I stretched it out finally. For and even after just 10 or 15 seconds, it used to hurt a lot to get out of that position. It was like, ugh, eek. And then I had to like sit for a second. That was just 10 to 15 seconds. Now, if I do that for a minute or so, it'll still be kind of a challenge. And even right there, I could feel it, but it's like I could shake it off pretty fast and move on to the next thing. I couldn't do that before. It took 30 seconds to recover from that. So I've improved the most on that work. But so I definitely have right side flexibility issues. And so, but this calisthenics, exactly what I hoped it would do, is fixing some of that. It's starting to straighten out some of my body effort. So possibly. I've gone to chiropractic, but you know what? They don't stretch your muscles. They pop your back, which might loosen some stuff up and help a little bit, but it isn't going to stretch your muscles. And it's my muscles that need to be muscles and tendons and everything just need to get better. All right, the last thing. I've got 8 minutes. Let's get this done. This one is just simple. They're basically Supermans. One down, two ups, 8 to 15. Um, I am not. I there's only. I'm not a huge fan of chiropractic. I granted. I will admit I've gone. I've gone several times in my life. Um, and I also have had several of those chiropractors. Not all of them do that, but some of them. I just realized when I put up my bar here, I never vacuumed, and there's all these little wood fragments all over my carpet now. Shoot, I should have vacuumed from when I drilled the holes in the roof. But a lot of chiropractors, not all of them. Don't get me wrong. There's plenty of them. I know a couple that are not like that, but they're scam artists. And I mean the ones that try to sell you a package. Hey, you need to have 3 years of back work, and we're going to sell you this package, and it's the same package we sell to absolutely everybody, but we're not going to tell you that. And yeah, you come in every day or 3 times a week or whatever the heck. I don't even think I turned this on. I don't even know why I have it on. But I do admit though, sometimes when they pop your back, they get that nice little twist in your back. Oh, you know what felt pretty good is when they put you on the bench and your lower back is tight, and they pop it, just like extend your back, and your back goes. It's like, oh. But since I started doing dead hang, that fixes that too. I don't have that lower back tightness as much. Do dead hangs; they're great. In fact, you'll look online, a lot of YouTuber workout people tell you that dead hangs are one of the best things you could do for your shoulders and your lower back, and because it decompresses you and also helps your shoulders out. I gotta do better at the arm extensions. This is me and my tight shoulders not wanting to stretch. Okay, I think that's good. Oh, if I had to say on those Supermans, the hardest thing for me is not the Superman. It's not the lower back. It's not the back or the leg lifting. It's the shoulders. It's the stretching out of my arms and lifting there. If I go to here or here or here, not so hard because it's just the back and I can do a number of them. The idea is it's a 1, 2 hold, come down 1, 1, 2, down 1, 2, that kind of thing. But if I get my arms fully extended, like he says, like you're showing you to do, you start getting a lot more of this upper shoulder in there. You're pulling your scaps together to lift yourself up. So I'm trying to think, rotate the elbow, kind of turn the elbow up, which helps rotate that back and helps pull the scapula together, which is what you're going for there, along with the lower back and picking your legs up and your glutes. But that stuff is, to me, the easier part of that workout. Um, my fatigue comes in doing the upper part, the shoulders, getting the legs straight. And the first time I did it, the first 8 or so I did there, I did with my arms pretty bent, and I realized it, so I redid it. Um, I'm only going to count the ones I did when my arms were straight, so I'm only going to count 8. Uh, the other ones were wrong because that to me is the easy part. I could do 30 or 40 or whatever those. I could tell it was too easy, and I'm like, oh, my arms aren't extended. That's it for me today. Obviously, I didn't do the extras, although I did do a few demos of other things that I do when I work out. But I got the test week over. This is 2 days. It's all of week 10. That's what the test week is. It's kind of silly. But again, it's beginner. I'm hoping that they don't do that through the next phases once I get into them. But for now, your whole week, 2 days. I guess they want you to recover the other days. I don't know. I guess I'd have to look to see what they actually intend for you to do during test weeks when you only do 2 days of 4 exercises and 5 exercises and only one set of each. I don't know what their intention is there. For me, I did both of them on Monday. I worked out yesterday. I did the bike and I did some hangs and pull-ups and stuff. Today or tomorrow, I'll probably do gym or more cardio or both. I don't know if I'll stream because I don't usually stream my random workouts very often anymore. I mostly just stream the ones that are me doing other people's workouts and I'm doing the Cali Move stuff. So my next Cali Move probably be Wednesday because I have to get so I don't know. I might even do it tomorrow because I need to do. I want to try to get all of week 10 or week 11 in, which is the first week of the third phase or fourth phase. And if I'm going to do that, I have to do one tomorrow, one Wednesday, and one Friday, or one tomorrow, one Thursday, one Friday. So I'll be doing 2 in a row. I think that'll be all right. Until next time, stay fit, stay healthy. Talk to you then.